Welcome to another episode of Iwing Marketplace Highlight, where we give the opportunities for entrepreneurs to talk about themselves and what they do so we can learn from them and we can also support them. Right here with me is Asong. Thanks for joining us, Asong.
Oh, thanks, son. I'm glad. I'm glad. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
That's beautiful. Man, I see you've been doing a lot of travels.
Absolutely. It's my travel world.
Oh, that's very, very nice. And how's it going in Maryland?
It's going great. The weather is getting better. I can
Mhm.
smell summer coming right away. So, uh, summertime, fun time, travel time.
I know. So
Absolutely.
how did you get into, traveling, man? I've been seeing you all over.
Yeah, absolutely. So this all started back in 2009, where I had a trip in my mail says that it's a free trip going to the Caribbean through Miami, and I was excited. I was like, let me see what this takes me, and that from there it does blow up my mind when I took this trip with the Caribbean cruise to the Bahamas, and this is where my love for traveling all started. And since then, I have been traveling all around the world, helping others to travel, especially traveling on a budget as well.
Wow, that's beautiful. So,
Yeah,
traveling on a budget, we're going to talk about that. But I know
absolutely.
traveling is not cheap. How are you able to
Yes.
afford all this, traveling? I know you have a full-time job, right?
Yes, I am. I am. I am a data scientist by profession. My background is in research, statistics, and mathematics. I've been working a lot with forecasting in different companies as a research analyst as well. And I've been working remotely for the past now 9 years. So I've had the opportunity to travel while working remotely and running the business. So basically, I'm taking one stone and killing two birds.
Wow, this is
Yeah,
beautiful. So the money
absolutely.
you get from your job, right? That's what
Yeah.
funds your travel, or you're able to make money while you travel.
Yes, so I started learning in back in 2014 is when I started monetizing myself as travel around the world. So I met another traveler, was a born traveler back in Aruba, and he kind of assisted me and said, "Hey, as you're traveling around the world, are you making money?" I was like, "No." He said, "But you have been traveling, you have gained a lot of experience." And so from there, he kind of walked me through. I had to pay him $100, and I'll tell you that's one of the best $100 I ever spent. And he walked me through how to make money and build my brand, not just as a travel influencer, but making money and assisting others and working as an affiliate. And from that day, monetizing has been back in 2014. So it's been actually been 10 years from today. That's from this month. It makes it
Wow.
10 years where I've been monetizing and traveling around the world. I was able to partner with Expedia, one of the largest travel group, as well as monetizing my Instagram and my Facebook page, providing travel hits and beats and travel hacks for other people to learn.
Wow, that
So
that is so beautiful.
it is, it
It
is.
was good thing you paid for that consultation fees.
That's right.
Look
That's
at the
right.
results, man. And it's been
Yeah.
10 years.
Yes, it's been 10 years, and I
Wow.
will tell you, there's so much you have learned. I would say traveling for me is the second most education you can ever have. I have learned so much, not just traveling from culture,
Mhm.
hanging out with locals, and especially like traveling with other people as well to gain a lot of experience. And it's been really been amazing as well.
Wow. So while traveling, have you had any cultural shock experience?
Yes, yes, and I'm glad you pointed that out, especially when I went to Dubai. Prior to me going to Dubai, especially, I had a lot of negativity and said, "Oh, don't go there. There's a Sharia law. You have to be careful. They might cut your hand, so on." So myself, I was scared going to Dubai until when I went there, I realized that's not the case. It's just one of the travel experiences that you gain going around, and then you pass that on to other people because some people have travel phobia. I call it travel phobia because just getting to another country, people have not done their research. So I stand at
Wow.
that point where I say, you know what, I'm gonna educate people about traveling, about ways to traveling, when to travel, how to travel, whatever, whenever.
Nice,
Yeah,
beautiful. And yeah, let's talk about Asong Escape. Well, what is
right.
Asong Escape all about? I see you've created a very beautiful platform.
Yes. So Travel Escape is all about providing opportunities and services for others to travel, traveling on a budget, group traveling, and also providing hints and bits of how to travel all around the world, especially on a budget. And also I have an opportunity to travel with others around the world, like group travel. People also hire me to travel with them anywhere around the world. And I provide opportunities to them and tell them exactly like traveling on this particular time, based on where you're staying, based on the continent you're coming from. It gives an opportunity not just to go somewhere, but the love to traveling, just being on the plane, because not everybody has traveled and not everybody knows how to travel, when to travel. And so I come into that opportunity and say, hey, you know what? We can make this happen while on a budget. Bro, I could be a family. And I always tell people there are four types of people that travel. The first person that travels is traveling solo. A person like myself, I always travel solo myself most of the time, all around. And the second is the people that travel as a group. Group people that travel, and the third people that travel as a family. So people
Right.
that travel as a family, and then the fourth people are traveling, are just as friends, together. And so I need to provide what type of travel expectation each of this group has.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
beautiful. So I see pictures of South Africa, man. You were having a ball. I'm
Yeah,
seeing a
yeah,
boat, drinking wine.
absolutely.
Tell me about the trip to South Africa. That was your last trip, right?
Yes, that was my last trip this February to Cape Town, South Africa, where I celebrated with 15 of my friends.
Wow.
And it was amazing because others had opportunity to travel, to be in my travel world with me live. And so I was able to partner with a tour guide in Cape Town, South Africa, from day one all the way to day seven, and in South Africa. So what we did was we're able to do wine tasting. So South Africa, a lot of people just know about South Africa, like, oh yeah, I'm a piano well. But South Africa is more than just, I'm a piano. South Africa is such a beautiful country with such a beautiful culture. It's one of the top wine country in the world, rated number 6, and also champagne as well. We're able to do champagne tasting to champagne country. We're able to do wine tasting in wine farms, various wine farms that had like Stellenbosch, which is
Mhm.
well known. And then we're able to do a yacht party, which was like the main party that we did. They are very known for their yacht. They have one of the best waterfronts I have ever seen around the world. I thought I saw all in Miami or in Los Angeles, but Cape Town meets that expectation, which you can't beat it. So I always advise people, hey, if you have the opportunity to go to Cape Town, you can go to Cape Town.
Wow, you've mentioned so many fabulous places. I didn't hear about
Yeah.
Robin Island. Did you go to Robin Island?
Yes, Yobert Island was on one of our main trips. So Robin Island is actually one of the main place and touristic destination
Mhm.
to go, where is the island where Nelson Mandela was in prison for 27 years. And
Wow.
also the Table Mountain, which is one of the best topographies I have ever seen. Table Mountain is actually one of the top destination in Cape Town, South Africa, where if you see the mountain, it's just like a table, and people
Wow.
just go for hiking, just walking around there. And when you go to the top, you see the whole view of Cape Town, South Africa. And another one is the Cape Point, where people have to go. It's another most beautiful, amazing scene you ever have. It's like an hour away from Cape Town City, where the Atlantic Ocean and the Indian Ocean meet at one point. That's why they call it the Cape Point. And you are standing on top of the cape and you're having this amazing
Wow.
view. Yeah,
Wow. Wow.
absolutely. It's like paradise, basically. That's how I call
That's
it.
really beautiful, man. You've done
Yeah,
amazing stuff. So
that's right.
tell me
That's right.
about the trip. Who planned the trip and how did it work?
Yeah, so from my experience, I've been doing this for the past 10 years or more. But what I'll do is that, first of all, I do a little bit of research online to see if we can find a tour guide. Basically, first, usually it's through social media that you can get, or sometimes it's like word to mouth, because we work in a platform under TripAdvisor. For those who don't know TripAdvisor is a social media platform where there are people who have been traveling around the world. There are tourists, there are tours, and also a guide and travel guides as well that will assist you in planning the trip. They are also business people. And so we had a Cameroonian who actually was based in Cape Town, who's fascinating, Yannick, which I'll share that on my YouTube page and also on my travel page, where we're able to plan this trip from day one to day seven based on how many people are coming in from. And
Mhm.
so it just walk all the way from there. And I always tell people that always plan in advance, because when you plan in advance, your traveling becomes a very success, and
That's
that's why a lot of people come to me.
That's right. So it was it wasn't a solo trip from what I'm gathering. You planned a trip.
Yes, I planned the trip. So we created a WhatsApp group,
So was
which
it
is
your like friends or acquaintance or people that had reached out to you that they want to be involved in this trip?
no. I created it because it was my birthday trip. So I created a WhatsApp group page and then added all my friends into it. First, I have to make sure that everybody's on board. And
Right.
then this was created back in July. And then we were just started planning it from there. When is the best time for everybody to be there? What are the best days to be there? Because different days have different prices, especially when tourism is concerned. And so
Right.
it will just work perfectly. And then paying for those activities way in advance is a way of
Right.
saving money. And from
Right.
my experience, I always tell people, because South Africa is one of those top destinations around the world, you want to make sure that you're doing everything in advance, even though it end up being costly for you. So
Right.
it became very affordable for all of us to pay for it and to go there as well.
So the payment comes through you or directly to
Yes.
the various
Yeah.
agencies?
Yeah, the payments come through. So we have different methods of payment, which is a very good question. The
Mhm.
first way you can do it, you can pay it online. When you book with us, if you want to use your credit card,
Mhm.
or you can just actually pay it to us, or you can do like a payment plan where you started paying it in advance. We collect 25% on the deposit, and then walk you through from there to do that. And so those are the ways where we accept payments from you. And then it depends on your group. If you're alone, you're going with family, I'm thinking that we will help you do that. So consulting with us, you can get us on, you can DM me on my Instagram, on my Facebook, you can leave a message on my email, and we're going to respond with you with the code, and then set up an appointment with you where we can discuss, the trip further.
Wow. That's beautiful. So
Yeah.
have you planned trips apart from, the trip that you make with your friends, right?
Mhm.
Are there people reaching out, for you to help them plan their own trip? I mean, you did mention something. I just need a clarification on
Yes,
that.
we help people plan some trips. Sometimes I always ask people to join me in my own trips that I go.
Right.
So there are two different ways. If people can call, a group of people can say, "Hey,
If
Asong,
I
come
have
and
my
travel
trip,
with
if I
us."
have my trip that is coming, right? And
Yes.
I don't know you, I can call you and say, I
Yeah.
have this trip. Can you help me plan it?
Absolutely, 100%.
And then
Yes, that's what
and
we
then
do.
what do you do from there? Like what are the kind of questions you ask them in order to plan or
Yes. So sometimes there are two things from the person who is planning. Either he knows the day that he wants to travel, or I provide the days that you want to travel, because it depends on when his availability the person is. And for my
right.
expertise, there are different times of the year to travel. I always tell people, do not travel during peak times. Travel during off-peak times. We all know summertime is a very busy time. You don't necessarily have to go during the summer. You can go through the fall seasons, like
Right.
September, October, November, because most places around the world, where the weather is really better.
Right.
There's some people who love traveling in the winter time. So when we get that information from the person, and then we said, okay, from my experience, here is a time where this flight is cheaper. We get you
Right.
that flight time. Here is the kind of activities that you want to do. Some people love hiking. Some people just want to be on the beach, sipping some fine pina
Right.
colada. Some people want to have some, very vibrant engagement. They want to
I
do.
like everything. I like
That's
hiking,
right.
I like the beach.
There
I
you
like
go.
seeing the
Yeah.
nightlife,
I'm a beach person. I am a beach. I can be on the beach every single day. And that's what I love. I love doing,
So
you
do you
know.
work with only people in the US or even people back in Cameroon or different African countries or maybe in Europe can contact you in order to use your service?
Oh no, anybody around the world. We have clients from Australia, all the way from Australia,
Mm-hmm.
New Zealand, working go all the way to Paris, France, as well
Mm-hmm.
as Zanzibar, Tanzania. So we have actually provided services for more than 48 country destinations. We have tour guides and traveling contracts with 144 countries.
That's
So we
good.
have people on a standby in 144 countries that were able to assist you in making your vacation a dream come true.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
let's talk about your trips. I'm interested. I want to
yeah.
learn more, from
Mhm.
you. So
Yeah,
I mean, I did hear you give a tip about traveling on a budget. Are there
absolutely.
other tips that you can share with us? As far as traveling on a budget is concerned.
Yes, it's true. I always tell people that if you are traveling, let's say, for example, you want to buy a flight ticket. Flight ticket takes 65% of your planning of your vacation. When I mean by vacation, we're talking about flights, hotel or Airbnb or vacation rentals, tours and activities, and airport transportation pickup, 65% of that money comes through flights. And I always tell people, when you're booking your flight, make sure that you're booking your flights during the weekends, because weekends airlines tend to reduce their flight prices from 3 to 10% on average. Sometimes it's not a guarantee, depending on all the airlines around the world, but that opportunity of booking on the weekends is going to save you some money as well when you get that. And then traveling on a Tuesday and a Wednesday, close by Thursday, those traveling days becomes are cheaper than traveling on the weekends like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So always get that. Try to book your flight tickets during those times, and you're gonna save a lot of money. That's one of the things you have to learn. And then number two, I always tell airlines, especially I live in the United States, just like you and I, you know,
Right.
always register to the 4 major airlines in the US. For those who are in Africa, I've actually sign up for Ethiopian Airlines, Egypt, Kenya Airways, because those are one of the main airlines. Those in Asia, use Singapore Airlines on these airlines. The reason is because there are some days they're going to send you some coupons on discount codes to use on a particular time. Maybe that time is going to work for you. You end up sending like 30 or 40%. So that is another good way to save money. And for those who like overnight flights tend to be more cheaper because we call that the red eye flights, because so they also turn out to be cheaper. So if you're okay with those flights, again, everybody's different, especially those traveling with kids. Sometimes those overnight flights may help out so those kids will sleep and have a good time with them. So those are a lot of opportunities you want to make use of it. So like I said, there are 4 different types of people. And so this type of people have different ways of traveling where we come in there and we provide those opportunities for them. So those are one of the travel beats and tips I always advise people to book. Now, travel insurance, a lot of people every single day, people DM me, oh, do you want to put travel insurance? Is it worth it? Putting in, how much does it cost? I always tell people, if you are not really sure you're traveling, or if you have a child who's sick, who's a sickling, or especially you're traveling in a group, go to a particular destination, or maybe during the time where there's this hurricane, especially in October and November, which is hurricane season, like in the Caribbean, make sure that you want to put in you put in an insurance just in case something happens, you cannot go. Most of the times, airlines and hotels will give you a full refund if at all the weather is not actually good. So these are the travel hacks I provide on a daily basis, on my Instagram and places. I've had the opportunity to travel to 109 countries around the world. So I only don't know, not just I know about where and when to go to those places, but I know the expectations you're going to have based on your party.
Wow, man, this is beautiful. Thanks for sharing such wonderful hacks with us, man. And
Yes,
you've traveled to,
absolutely.
you said, over 100 countries. Man, that's
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
give me your best 5 countries you've been to, the country that you
Yes.
had like the best experience.
Yeah, I would say Tanzania is my number one destination I have been to. I have a love for that country. Reason why is that they have the mainland, which is Dar es Salaam and other places, and then you have the island, which is Zanzibar. It's like having the best of both worlds. If you want to experience the Indian Ocean, Zanzibar is there for you. If you're someone who loves the safari, they have, the Serengeti. For those of you who know the movie The Lion King was shot in Serengeti National Park, which is based in Tanzania. So it's a huge, huge tourist destination around the world. And also they have the Mount Kilimanjaro. You all know the Mount Kilimanjaro. For those who love hiking, it has that. So it has no, I've not seen any country around the world that ticks all these travel marks like Tanzania. I've seen number two is Dubai. Dubai for me is one of the most vibrant city in the Gulf. Um, very, very amazing city you want to have. You enjoy the opportunity of Mediterranean food, the food culture as well, and then enjoying the desert, how people have been living in the desert in under 120 degrees sun. Well, for those who are in Europe, it's almost like 60 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
So you have that experience as well. Now, officially, Cape Town, South Africa is my number third destination. Usually, I had the Dominican Republic to be my third destination, but and Cape Town, South Africa, which I have already discussed, and then number four is the Dominican Republic, which is in the Caribbean. It actually has the biggest Caribbean market in the whole of the Caribbean. It's the only island in the Caribbean that speaks Spanish. It's a Latino island, so they have a really blend of mix of Spanish Hispanic culture that I really 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 enjoyed. And of course, number five, which is one of the most unique countries that I've enjoyed, is Senegal. Dakar is one of those countries where it gives you a blend of mix, not just West African experience, but it's a melting pot of what a destination is, where you can experience the one of the best nightlife I have experienced, I've witnessed. So those are my top 5 destinations I've been around the world.
Man, I was expecting to hear the first country, Cameroon to be the first.
Cameroon.
Man,
I know.
how can Cameroon not be in the list, man?
Well, in as much
Oh,
I
because
love
is
it,
it
but
home? Is it because it's your home, so you don't consider it like a travel destination?
so Cameroon is actually in my top, but the reason about Cameroon is opportunities to travel. When we talk about you traveling from different countries, we are very limited in terms of flying into the countries and opportunities to go into so many vacation destinations around the countries. It is
Right.
very difficult to plan a trip because yes, we have this other opportunity. We have unique places in Cameroon,
You're right.
Dibuncha, which is like UNESCO,
Mm-hmm.
and the twins in
Really,
Coupe Maniguba,
was a
but
part.
we have the WhatsApp pack. But there's a lot of restrictions that are coming in, especially in the tourism country, which we hope in the next 5 years things are really going to change. Cameroon
I
is
pray
very
so.
touristic, but
I
it
pray
is
so.
limited to a certain location.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so
You didn't even
that is one
mention
of the reasons.
Cameroon. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Mount Cameroon. There's just happened. Mount
Growing up,
Cameroon is just past.
there were so many tourists that would come to hike the mountain. I mean, it gave
Yes, yeah,
us a big source of income
yes, it
to
is.
everyone that grew up in Boya and the surrounding. You know, me and my
Yeah.
mom, we had a family restaurant. A lot of people used to come and
Wow.
eat. Many tourists used to come and eat in our restaurant, and
Right, right.
business was booming. I wish we can get back into those days. But
Yes, yes.
I know traveling, we tend to learn a lot when it comes to traveling. Can you share with us one thing you've learned, since you started traveling?
Yes, I have learned to do my research on my own when it comes to traveling. It's about sense of values and morals and respect for one another. Culture is something where there's no one definition for it. For example, I told you about my experience going to Dubai. People were, I was very discouraged. There's this part of the ignorant part that we don't have to mention because almost every time they were like, "Oh, do I have to go to a country? Is it safe to go here? Is it safe to go there?" Well, if you want to look at safety in a particular country, you're never going to have 100%. Sometimes some countries battling something here and there. But when it comes to the tourism market, there is a certain destinations where I would say, listen, once you go there, you're more secure. Because number one thing traveling in a particular destination is security. So that is why we come to that experience and say, hey, go in this place, you are fine. There's this high level of security. You'll be very well protected when you get there. And so I take that to heart, when people go somewhere, because sometimes we're responsible for those people's safety. So
Right.
morale, sense of values, and culture is something where I see that to be very, very unique when going on the holidays.
Nice, nice. So,
Yeah.
real quick, uh, what are some of the strategies that people can travel on a budget? Like, what advice do you have for people that are looking to travel on a budget?
Right. So there are two ways you can do to monetize yourself when you want to be a travel agent or you want to be like a travel influencer. So we all know travel influencer is through social media page where you will build a page. It's like starting any other business. It will take 3 to 4 years or more even to start seeing income coming in, revenue coming in your business. So you want to be like a travel agent or a vacation agent. Remember that those are two different things. Vacation agent is someone that books a whole bundle of trips together, like what I do: flight, hotels, tours, activities. Or if you want to just be a travel agent, we're just booking just flights or just hotels. There are some institutions in the United States where you can go and take travel courses, become a travel agencies. But majority of the time, people go through other travel agencies and work under their umbrella and then work their way from there. And so those travel agencies are going to help you with the licensing, where you can book flights or you can just book the hotels, whichever one you're doing it, or you're booking those tour activities, whichever travel agency that you choose. But most of the time, that's where other people go. Like I affiliate with Orbit, where Orbit is now Expedia. And so that provide me that platform to provide vacation packages to. And I have another affiliate with a company called Travel Payouts, where we partner with more than 35 travel agencies all around the world, which is good for if you're in Australia or you are in Europe or you are in the Middle East, you will see some other travel agencies that you are very used to on our platform, where we are able to get a commission when you book flights or hotel or travel insurance, or just a pickup hotel pickup drop off. That's how we get paid while we travel. These are the commissions that we receive. And then on the travel media side, like social media, Instagram, we tag some of these companies where we get monetized and get paid to help us travel around the world.
So
So those
what
are one
if
of the ways.
I just want to travel on my own? Like I don't want
Mm,
to start a business in the travel, I don't want to get in the travel business. I just want to
right.
travel
Mm,
just by myself. How can I
right.
find deals, and what strategy can I find, you know,
Yes. So you
deals?
can come to us or to me where we can assist you in building that platform for yourself. Like I said, it's just another business. Or we can help you to provide you days where deals are coming up. I share those things on my page, or people can just DM me and talk to me and say, hey, I want to travel around. I want to just experience 5-star hotels, or I want to just do a whole package with us. You can actually join me on some of my travels, and they're gonna learn the experience of traveling, and also you can join our team where we can assist them and say, listen, if you can meet the certain quarter of booking days, you can have the opportunity to be traveling around the world. And then now we help you on your social media page and how you can get paid through social media. We now see YouTube is the number one in terms of payment, in terms of travel influencer, which I just been there now for the next 6 to 7 months, where you can have opportunity to blog about your traveling, or blog about your traveling experience. Remember, travel experience is not just about flights, not just about hotels, but about some experience I've had. Maybe you've gone to a city, you want to explore the certain city, you see something very different from where you come from, or maybe where you are born. And so we also do that as well.
Wow, wow, wow,
Yeah.
man. This has been really beautiful. Thanks
Yes.
for joining us on Iwing Marketplace. It's
Yes.
amazing, to
Yeah.
see the travels you've done and the things you're doing in order to help our community, man. Keep the keep,
Absolutely.
keep, keep that spirit, man. Keep
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
goal.
And that is the reason why I started this. I started this to target the African market, the African persons who sometimes feel like they're limited, who feel traveling is not, it's far-fetched. We come in and say, listen, you can travel on a budget. I just have to know your budget and assist you. We have met a lot of people opportunities. Like we sent a lady who have not traveled with the husband. They have never been out of the United States for 22 years, and they're
Wow.
celebrating their 20th anniversary. I will send them on the trip. I cannot tell you how many times they write to me and say, man, this has been an amazing time around the world. Yes, traveling, going on vacation is 100% real. You can travel and have a good time.
So what's the
Yes.
best way to reach you?
Yes. You can reach me on my Travel Set Go page, which is my Facebook page for my traveling, or you can meet me on my personal page called Asong Defang, and also on my website www.asongsescape.com. And so, if all on my Instagram, Asong Defang, you can DM me. We will regularly to assist you. We are very good at responding in the next 3 to 4 hours. If you need assistance in traveling.
Wow, man, this has been so beautiful. Thank you
Oh
all
my
for
goodness.
watching. We had a good number of people. Please download Iwing Marketplace app. This app is fantastic. There's a lot of
Absolutely.
vital information you can
Yes.
find on there. And we're
Yes.
going to be having a lot more articles on travel, business, and, many, many great articles that can help you with the information that you need. So please download
Sure.
Iwing Marketplace app and share this video so other people can see. Thanks again,
Yeah.
Asong, for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate the time. It's been a
You're
wonderful moment.
welcome. We are out.